move on to the issue of foreign investment, because there's a lot of money laundering happening in US real estate. You have wealthy business people from China and Russia buying up luxury apartments and condos, in some cases commercial real estate as well, in an effort to essentially launder their money. And this has been a big issue, especially in major cities like Los Angeles, like New York. And so is that something that you've looked into as part of your plan?
Yeah, very much for the Data for Progress work that we've done. And I can give you a specific example in Manhattan. It's a little bit outside of my district, but in Chinatown, there's a development that we sort of call Two Bridges. Extel is one of these major international developers. They built this just gigantic tower right at the East River flood line, but it wasn't even available to be bought by domestic American buyers. It was marketed and sold exclusively to Chinese investors. And there were some capital restrictions that happened in mainland China in the last couple of years, so it's sitting kind of largely empty.
Oh my God!
So yeah, I mean,
that's so infuriating, Peter. You have no idea, because it artificially inflates property values nearby. It's an effort to money launder. We're helping foreign governments money launder, and politicians who sign off on these types of projects need to be held accountable for it. It's disgusting. I
agree, and unfortunately, and one of the goals for my campaign is highlighting the fact that the real estate industry is very much implicated in a lot of very shady, opportunistic behavior. And I think real estate money should be as toxic as fossil fuel money or pharmaceutical money on the left, because you're impacting local communities, and Two Bridges specifically, you're triggering a number of secondary gentrification pressures and displacement pressures. And you're doing it by folks that kind of know how to game the system in terms of land use policies. They know how to game the tax code to incentivize buyers in international markets. A lot of these are LLCs that are anonymous. Mm-hmm. So it's an entire system that feeds itself and throws a lot of money towards the political system at a city level, a state level, and at a federal level. So I think highlighting that and making any politician answer for real estate money is a big part of this cycle for a lot of different progressives running. But I think fixing the tax code, making it impossible to have anonymous LLCs, making it impossible to have corporations, in the real estate game. These are choices. These are easy policy decisions. I don't know what the constituency is for defending LLCs being in condos, other than some real estate lawyers and developers. So, these are issues that I think a lot of Americans, whether they're living in cities, whether they're living in mobile park homes, like they're getting preyed upon by these same capital actors. So, absolutely, figuring that out is a big part.
Peter Harrison, thank you so much for taking the time to explain what you're proposing and to talk a little bit about your campaign. As I mentioned earlier, Peter Harrison is running for New York's 12th district, for a congressional seat in New York's 12th district. Check him out on Twitter at Pete Harrison NYC. Again, that's Pete Harrison NYC. Thank you so much, Peter. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Oh, did you like that video? Well, that's great, because you never have to miss another episode of No Filter. All you have to do is just hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell to get notified whenever we publish a new video.